Hello everyone, Mixfant Gaming here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're back here in Mech Arena and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be starting a new series called What is Wrong with This Game? And so just put it out there, if you have any thoughts or anything you want me to talk about in respect to what feels wrong with this game, anything specific, let me know in the comments below. Also, I'm going to try to suggest some ways to fix things. The last time I tried to do like a state of the game video, I ended up having to scrap it because it was over 50 minutes long and I still hadn't gotten to all the points and topics I wanted to. And really, honestly, on YouTube, who's going to spend 50 minutes or more watching a video? So instead, after a little bit of time, I've thought about it. I think I'm going to just do a mini series and just focus on basically one thing that's wrong with the game in each individual one, kind of, break it up in chunks. And that way, if the subscribers, you have any ideas or any issues that you want me to address and try to come up with maybe solutions, and maybe Plarium will eventually start to listen to us players, then I would absolutely love that. And hopefully we can actually get some change made in this game. Do I really think it's going to happen? No. Just from everything I've seen in this game and kind of where they're going with their business model. But if we don't actually voice it, then we really can't complain either, right? So the first thing I'm going to talk about in this video is going to be what's wrong with the game. It's events. There's a lot of stuff going on with events, especially since they've added all these playoff events recently. And let's just be perfectly blatantly honest. This is all a cash grab. This is all about who spends the most money. These events right now are not meant to actually entice players to play the game. They are meant to entice players to actually spend money. And if you look at the rewards, at least right here, are you really going to spend enough money just to be able to get essentially one single basic implant crate, which are pretty much worthless in this game anyways? I can't, of course, see the leaderboards because I haven't actually qualified for the leaderboards yet. But if you view the rewards here, you'll see at position 1, you get a 4-star Voltaic RPG 14. I still don't really understand why they put it a 14 version, but that's for another video. You have your advanced implant crates with a small chance of getting legendary implants. You have the Prodigy crate, which gives you a whole bunch of blueprints, but honestly, a really small amount of credits considering really what we need in this game. You get 20 fortune keys, which are this day and age pretty much useless. It used to be awesome where you could get all the skins, the rare skins anyways, and once you had all the rare skins, and they would typically put them in the progress bar at the top of the vault blitzes, and then they would all be replaced with A coins. Well, now that's all taken away. They actually put, I think, epic skins now in there, and they release so many skins so often that you can't even kind of do that little hack or whatever you want to say in order to get more resources. And I think the last time I was even able to accomplish that, they'd even remove A coins from that. You got credits instead. So really, the fortune keys are pretty much there just to essentially get maybe a little bit of I think it's the 400 A coins or so you can get once you get near the end of it, and you get some skins. So really, it gives you a little bit of resources, but minus that, you just get skins. You get 2,000 pilot marks, which are okay. You only get 50 or so a day, something like that. No, you get a little bit more than that. But anyways, it's not a heck of a lot. So you need quite a bit of number of days in order to save up those 2,000. Oh, and of course, I forgot the 15 blueprints for the Voltaic RPG 14. So is it really worth your while even to spend money just to get that top position? Some people do just because they want that top spot. But if you really look at this playoff event, like I've been playing every day, and you look down here, and what gets you the most bang for your quote your buck, so to speak, what gets you the most points are open event crates. Right now, I'm trying to open up the crate rushes. You pretty much have to buy money or spend money in order to obtain tokens or tickets in order that you can actually open them. So there you have to spend money. Use 200 A coins. Well, how do you get 200 A coins? You can actually get points for getting 200 A coins by, of course, spending money. I've bbeen playing relatively. Even today, I got credit for this because I had actually unlocked my weekly bonuses. And once you do all your weekly tasks, you get 200 A coins. So that's how I was actually able to get some of that. But beyond that, you have to spend money to get A coins. Upgrade Stephanie. Well, you can't get Stephanie without going into the crate rush. And, you can't actually get any tokens for the crate rush at all. You have to spend money in order to get them. There is the derby going on right now. And if you do happen to finish the derby, you get one single token for the Stephanie crate rush. So really, this is now, I think, the third playoff event they've done, and it's the same thing every single time. Look at what you can actually grind for. Deal 4.2 million damage in 5v5 death matches. I've done it once in the how many days that's been on here. If I average, say, 400,000 damage per game, you're looking at pretty much having to play 10 5v5 deathmatch games in order to just get 50 points. And if you're trying to use that in order to, to work your way up the progress path, that is a lot of games. Play one battle with at least 2 pilots that have guided weapons. So I actually had to go and buy the rare pilot just so I could get an extra 5 points whenever I'm playing a game, because I know Stephanie is a guided pilot. Well, if you don't have Stephanie, then you're stuck with using Rosa and whatever the other one is. I have it on my Crow. So Crow's the other guided pilot. Like these events are not tailored to actually play the game. They are tailored solely to spend money. And this is really, really disappointing to see in a game that's already faltering quite a bit with its failure to listen to its player base. It's pretty sad the way it is. If I were in charge, they really should be removing all these pay-to-win aspects of these events. How does it make sense? How does it actually players want to play this if they spend all their effort just trying to grind what they can in here? They're able to qualify for the leaderboard, and then somebody comes in on the last day. They don't even play a single match the entire playoff series, and all they do is they buy a whole bunch of A coins and use them, and then all of a sudden they get first place. That is not a playoff. The title here says playoff. It means, at least to me, you should play the game in order to obtain the rewards and grind for the leaderboards. If you can actually spend money just to get the top spot in the leaderboard, what's the point in even trying? And really, Plarium in my opinion, has a lot of thinking to do to back this crap up, because really, it is crap right now. And I know there's a lot of players who are frustrated with this type of aspect of it. We as content creators were frustrated with it. We've actually spoken to our contacts in Plarium. They don't really seem to care too much, if I'm being blatantly honest. So that's why I'm not sure if things will change. But at some point, they're going to have to do something in order to appease some of these players, or they're not going to have players back. Do you think you're going to have whales that are going to keep coming in and doing this as well? Like, really, honestly, the top end reward are not worth the effort and the cost to spend the money. So really, the rewards aren't there. The cost for actually obtaining it, if you're actually going to spend money, isn't there. And the effort to grind it isn't there. So all these events, and this is all just about the playoff event. I haven't even really talked about like some of these, the Deathmatch Mania. I get, you get basically a token here in order to get some skins. That's what that event is. A lot of players are upset with the lack of resources they get from these events. For instance, the last time, I think it was last week, we had the specialization spree for the Zephyr, and it awarded players the Raptor skin. Now, some people liked it. Some people wanted to get the Raptor skin, and that's perfectly fine. I already had it. So what I ended up getting as an end reward to that specialization spree was actually 5 fortune keys. What a lot of people were upset with is they rely on the specialization sprees as well as like the Deathmatch Manias and whatnot in order to obtain A coins. And they were actually really upset that they didn't care about a skin. They needed resources, specifically A coins, so they can upgrade their stuff. It's all their events are pretty much all tailored around getting players to spend money and not actually play the game. So we're at about 10 minutes now. I'm going to leave there. I was going to put in a match, but I just want to kind of get my thoughts out there on these events. What they need to do to fix this, they need to pull back and actually put in all tasks, especially for these playoff ones. put in all tasks related to playing the game. If we just quickly go back here into the playoff events. So of this, upgrade any pilot one time. Remove it completely. Because if you want to upgrade a pilot, chances are you're going to have to spend resources in order to do it. And it's really not worth the 25 points it is. Upgrade any implant skill. Again, you need resources, which a lot of people probably don't have. Scrap it. Use 50,000 credits. Well, it's worth 100 points, so I can understand maybe 50,000 credits being in there. People are going to want to upgrade some of their weapons and stuff anyways. So over time, you'll probably get that a couple times anyways, just regardless. Upgrade the rank of a pilot. Get it out of there. Upgrade Stephanie. What's the point in having that in a playoff event if you can't even get the Stephanie pilot? There's a separate crate rush for it that's going on for a couple weeks, and most players won't even have one single token to even try to get Stephanie until this playoff event is even over with. Get 200 A coins. Again, in order to get A coins, you have to spend money. Get rid of it. Use 200 A coins. Well, you can't use 200 A coins if you don't have the 200 A coins. Again, you have to spend money in order to use them. Open one event crate. Well, at least right now you have these ones here. So you can grind them, you get a few of them, you get credit for them. But again, it's not something you typically can do, especially if you look at the event crate rush for Stephanie. You can't get any tokens unless you buy it with money. All these playoff events need to have the pay-to-win aspect scrapped and put in individual tasks that you can do in actual gameplay. It's that simple of what they need to do. And I hope they eventually wake up and do this, because this is now, I think, the third playoff event in a row where they've had elements that a person can come in and just buy their way to the top. So anyways, what other aspects do you want me to focus on in this series? I have lots of plans here, but talk about typical bugs like the kill shot dash, talk about lack of resources, talk about imbalance with matchmaking as well as AI, just bugs and glitches. And I think some people I've heard say that there's issues with the shotguns. I'm not sure. I haven't run shotguns a long time, so I really don't know what those issues are. But anything you can think of, like tournaments, for instance. I'm going to talk about tournaments and how they're completely out of whack and they need to be a complete overhaul on those. So any items that you have that actually frustrate you in the game, leave them in the comments below, and I'm going to try and go through those as much as possible and make individual videos on each item that I feel players really need some highlight done in the videos, so hopefully Plarium can really understand why the player base is as frustrated as it is, and hopefully praying that we can at least see some level of change in this game. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Until next time, cause mayhem in the field for me.